Prayer that makes the enemy fear you. Your enemy is closer than you realize. Every whisper, every plan, every hidden intention works to weaken your spirit, derail your destiny, and steal your peace. Moses faced this reality, opposition that could not always be seen, but whose effects were undeniable. Psalm-based prayers are not mere words, they are weapons. They wield authority that shakes the unseen, commands spiritual territory, and turns the schemes of darkness into pathways for divine revelation. If you remain passive, the enemy advances unchecked, your plans crumble, and your spiritual strength diminishes. But there is power in the voice raised in alignment with God's will. Prayer, prophetic, persistent, and fearless, becomes the armor that forces the enemy to retreat. Moses demonstrates that submission to God, combined with bold prayer, transforms vulnerability into victory. The first 30 seconds are crucial. Your awareness of danger and your readiness to act spiritually will determine whether the enemy continues unchecked or begins to fear your authority in Christ. You are not powerless. The unseen battles are real, but divine intervention is guaranteed to those who pray with authority. This video reveals how to pray so that opposition trembles, hidden attacks fail, and God's power becomes manifest in your life. Recognizing the hidden enemy. The enemy rarely announces himself openly. Moses understood that the most dangerous battles are often fought in silence, in corners unseen, and through subtle manipulations. Psalm-based prayer begins with awareness. Knowing that opposition exists is the first step toward breaking its power. Hidden attacks can take many forms: words whispered in jealousy, plans made in secrecy, or spiritual forces that attempt to influence your mind and decisions. These invisible pressures can weaken resolve, foster doubt, and create fear. Moses teaches that the moment you acknowledge these hidden adversaries, you gain the clarity to confront them. Prayer is your weapon, but awareness is the guide. Without recognizing the enemy's tactics, even the most powerful prayers can lack precision. Psalm-based prayers, rooted in authority and understanding, target the source rather than just the symptoms, dismantling schemes before they manifest fully. Emotional focus, tension, vigilance, and urgency. Fear is natural, but it becomes a catalyst when paired with decisive spiritual action. Moses demonstrates that God's insight reveals the enemy's strategy, and prophetic prayer transforms your awareness into power. Psychological trigger: if I ignore what I cannot see, will I fall into traps I cannot escape? Prayer that commands authority. Once the hidden enemy is recognized, prayer shifts from pleading to commanding. Moses exemplifies that when words are aligned with God's authority, they carry weight that causes the enemy to tremble. Psalm-based prayers are not passive. They declare dominion over darkness, injustice, and hidden attacks. These prayers confront the unseen directly. Each declaration becomes a barrier, each command a weapon that destabilizes opposition. Moses teaches that authority in prayer comes not from arrogance, but from surrender and alignment with God's will. The more precise, fearless, and consistent the prayer, the more power it carries. Emotional focus, boldness, vigilance, and anticipation. Fear of the enemy's strength is transformed into confidence in divine support. The enemy reacts instinctively to prayer that establishes God's supremacy. Hidden plots collapse under the weight of authority. Plot twist: the enemy's most secret schemes fail before they even reach their intended target when divine authority is invoked. Psalm-based prayers activate supernatural mechanisms that cannot be countered by human or spiritual forces, disarming the invisible attacks. Recognition and authority in prayer are only effective if followed by action that neutralizes the enemy's strategies. Moses demonstrates that psalm-based prayers act as spiritual instruments, dismantling unseen schemes before they take hold. Each prayer disarms fear, envy, deception, and hidden manipulation that seeks to derail purpose and peace. Invisible attacks often strike subtly through doubt, anxiety, or relational conflict. But when prayer is consistent and rooted in divine authority, these assaults lose their grip. Moses shows that the enemy cannot operate in an environment saturated with focused, God-centered prayer. Emotional focus, relief, determination, and empowerment. The tension of unseen danger transforms into vigilance tempered by faith. Each attack that previously caused anxiety is nullified, revealing that the power of God's protection surpasses human understanding. Plot twist. The more the enemy schemes in secret, the more God's intervention amplifies, turning hidden attacks into opportunities for revelation and spiritual growth. Psalm-based prayers make the invisible visible and powerless. Second, call to action. Write a prophetic phrase declaring that every invisible chain, attack, and scheme against you is broken in the name of God. Walking securely under divine protection. Even after invisible attacks are disarmed, the journey continues. Moses walked knowing that danger might still lurk, but psalm-based prayer had established a shield that no enemy could penetrate. Psalm 91 reveals that God's protection is not only reactive, but proactive, intercepting threats before they reach you. Walking securely requires awareness and faith. The enemy may attempt subtler approaches, but divine oversight ensures that every step taken under God's guidance is guarded. Moses teaches that when prayer aligns with God's authority, fear loses its grip, and vigilance becomes confidence, not anxiety. Emotional focus, relief, awe, and assurance. Anxiety that once dominated thoughts is replaced by recognition that God is omnipresent, overseeing every situation, even the unseen. Each step becomes a testimony of freedom, every breath a declaration that the enemy has no power. Plot twist. The enemy often flees without confrontation, their plans failing silently under the weight of divine authority. Psalm-based prayers create a spiritual environment where attacks collapse before manifestation, allowing you to walk confidently in every circumstance. Second, call to action. Like and subscribe, helping others discover the power of prayer that breaks invisible chains and ensures protection. From fear to anchored victory, the journey from unseen danger to complete spiritual authority culminates in anchored victory. Moses demonstrates that through consistent prophetic prayer aligned with God's will, the invisible chains that once held fear, doubt, and oppression are broken. Psalms 35, 70, and 91 converge to show that victory is not accidental. It is deliberate, anchored in surrender, faith, and divine protection. Fear, once pervasive, is replaced by courage. Anxiety about hidden attacks dissolves as the soul recognizes God's omniscient presence. Every plan of the enemy, every subtle attack, and every hidden obstacle has been neutralized. Moses stands renewed, not by human strength, but by the supernatural intervention that comes when prayer carries authority. This final chapter emphasizes full restoration and confidence. Your spiritual identity, purpose, and peace are no longer dictated by unseen forces. You walk freely, anchored in God's power, protected and victorious in every unseen battle. Mandatory ending, emotional closure, invitation to pray the Lord's Prayer. Transition from fear, uncertainty, and hidden oppression to anchored, confident victory. This concludes the 5-topic sequence for Moses and Psalms 35, 70, and 91, invisible chains being broken.